wasn't expecting you back so soon. You earned this. All done?
Clive! Anything catch your eye?
Nothing like a little unrest.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Those things I said before.
Oh, Clive. My wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended from his lofty...
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Not that any of those things still exist.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it into a foundation upon which to build. He's already...
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me.
What does Captain Philippe make of this? When the town was under attack, it was him, the salt...
How? A man whose stated aim is to revive... The captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel. No. But given the mood around town...
And who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke on my behalf for your services to Northreach? You have the respect of the soldiers, and they will... And unlike Philippe, no bonds of loyalty prevent you from speaking your mind to the man. Well, will you try? You could hardly fare any worse than I did.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you, Clive.
Tell me then, where will I find this Duke of Oriflamme? In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops, yes.
All right. Wish me luck. I may have met this Duke before, at the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
Halt! Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire owes you a debt, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, you are worried the expanded gap, yet you needn't be. Pride of place, in fact, but no more.
Why?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape largely unscathed from which is more than can be said for Oriflamme or Twinside. The Empire wants for a capital, and I believe Northreach to be the perfect place. With Caer Norvent as her citadel. We need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy of the twins. Plan soon enough.
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these creatures are, Your Eminence. Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town.
The people will do. If Sandbreck is to be rebuilt, one whose authority is beyond. That is why this... so that any man who wishes to join the army might do so.
I suspect.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have discussed this.
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would lead only to revolt.
Without an empire, there are no citizens.
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall. I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain Duke.
Nothing good, I'll wager. Going around acting like he owns the place. And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town, not his.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned, she still is. Just need his eminence to sod off back to Oriflamme.
Do you see anything you like? You've a keen eye. Thank you.
Why?
Let's go. Faster! Back to the stables, girl. A question. What do you think of the Duke of Or...
You build a lot if he thinks his nut will do whatever it takes to keep whatever it takes.
I heard the dame got an icon to rid the man over.
All right there. What is it you're after, sir?
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of Oriflamme.
Oh, him. Not much. None of us traders do. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer to the holy capital, could they? And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got from us if we don't clear off. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint, tar bucket in hand.
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers?
There were ghosts at the gates, not days ago.
Those things I said before.
Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts on the Duke of Oriflamme.
Well, I mean, look around us. The traders might not think the Duke's got a point, and if that...
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
You're embarrassed.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plans to... Do you think that's a good idea?
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor orders me otherwise, His Eminence's word is law. Look, no one likes once Sandbreaker's back.
As long as you remain, the veil will see.
You're the one who was talking to His Eminence.
On the dame's behalf, yes. What do you think of his plan?
I'm a soldier, mate. He tells me, listen, I've got nothing but respect for the dame, but I've got a family to look after. That's where my loyalties lie. Not with the town or the Empire, but with my wife and children. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blue-skinned bastards, I don't care how he does it.
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this.
Oh.
Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly. Clive, wasn't it? Thank you for last time. How can I help you?
I wanted to ask you about the Duke of Oriflamme. Do you intend to go along with his plan?
But to tell you the truth, I'm in two minds. It's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army to obey his orders. But I can't say I agree with him.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a soldier to protect the people you loved. The Dame included.
That's right, I did.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either. She thinks they could tear Northreach apart.
And she's probably right. Thank you, Clive. I know what I need to do now. Protecting the people I love is what matters. Doesn't matter how. Well, duty calls. Thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Clive, how did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls. There's no denying that. Though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sambrack, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
But why?
Because I realize what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know, but I'm certain they're not. And when they do come back, we need to stand together. With you to lead us, milady. It was you who finally convinced there's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us. That has always been Northreach's best hope. We have only to turn our attentions to the Thank you, Philippe, for sure.
Anything for you. Speaking of Stan, I fear His Eminence...
Not at all. Be my guest.
Wouldn't be the first time.
There may be hope for Northreach, especially with men like you. I, for my part, shall but I suspect I shall have to... Until then...
Until then?
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing out ether like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area's either turned or on the way to turning, apparently. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon, the whole place will be overrun.
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should tell him?
No. It's better this way.
Yeah, well... I can't...
How was she? The Enterprise, I mean.
Don't tell me.
Oh no, I'm working on bringing. It's got a reverberatory hood that let's just say it gets very. Only mithril engines get hot. Trouble is, and I hear you once helped out.
If it's for the good of the...
Oh.
So...
We've got a couple of examples here.
More fallen... So this smelter is...
That's right. And what's more, we've collected as many as we can.
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes?
That's it, and we're only 3 short, mind. There's one up Amber Way, in that ruin, and another in the silent...
All right, then.
Will do.
Come back.
Don't tell me we've run out of petrol, that's no.
Trouble with your gear, or what do you want? That it? Fine.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me.
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the Dragon's Eyrie were keen to talk about their imprisonment. And about their captor.
The slaver Cole's team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
If she's not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Why would Doris insist on going alone? Maybe Cole was right to be worried.
How do you split the sea? He reckons.
Doris should be somewhere nearby. Assuming she's still here.
Ah, Clyde, I'd like you to take something to sow seeds. I'll keep providing, but if he's pools, as of those, they've lived their whole small wonder there. And if you're one, Sir Wade's put...
All right.
Thanks. There.
Gizal greens.
Not the most mouth. Better that than... And chocobo, they ain't exactly succulent.
I'll take your word.
Anyway, Sir, I'll go up there.
I'm sure you would.
Just because the heavens have gone to rack and ruin, it don't mean we have to.
I've got greens of all shapes and sizes.
Looking for shelter.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
It's been a pleasure.
I'll give your offer some thought, my lady.
How goes the investigation?
Sid, what brings you to Martha's Rest?
You.
Of course. She's no fool.
That was her just now, wasn't it? So...
I'd say so. Seems her time in Rosaria is coming to an end. After her brush with those beastmen on the road to Northreach, she hired herself an Imperial escort, which she wants me to join. She's dangerous, Sid, but I think I can stop her.
Then I'm going with you. I'll take care of the escort.
The Baum Archers, soon to... I heard the Guardian saying we're supposed to grow our...
Ah, what brings you to...
A delivery.
These are Gizal green seeds. Martha's keen to cut the apron strings then, is she? I jest, of course. But they'd long since gone to seed.
Martha was hoping he might be able to show the bearers how to plant and tend these, so that they'll be able to fend for themselves.
That's not a bad idea. These bearers had only recently escaped their bonds before we brought them here. They know little of freedom, of providing for themselves, unless we teach them how to live like free men. Not that myself and the Guardians have been the best example to them so far. Subsisting almost entirely on Martha's charity as we do, it's about time we all started to provide for ourselves. Bearers and Guardians alike. Unfortunately, we've been a little too busy of late to focus on much besides bolstering our defenses.
The Horde is close.
They're coming.
Damn it all. I gather the men.
Yes, sir.
The Horde.
A Kashik. We don't have the numbers to...
Now you're out of time.
Precisely.
What if you could...
You mean the bear?
So wait, they may not be...
You're right, my lord. I will... My friends, I humbly beg your aid. We Guardians are few and our enemies many. But I swear we can defeat them with you at our side.
You would send us to the slaughter. To serve as bait for those fiends so that you and your men might be spared. And to think we trusted you. Say what you will. A home is not worth dying for.
But it is worth fighting for. Sir Wade fights to give you lot a chance. Just like I do. Just like Sid does. We all wanted to give you a home where you could be free. And you got one, didn't you? This place. Eastpool. This is your village. Your home. And if you don't fight to protect what's yours, you'll lose it. You know I'm right. This world wants to take everything from you. Everything. Your homes, your freedom, your very lives. So then, are you going to stand by and let that happen to you? Are you going to accept fate like good little Bran did and die, having never stood up for yourselves? Or will you fight like free men and women?
What are you doing?
All right. Give me a sword. I never dreamt I'd have a home of my own. And now that I have, I don't want to lose it. I will protect what's mine, or die trying.
We all will. Free men and women, fighting together. For Eastpool! For Eastpool! Thank you, Martha.
Don't mention it. Just promise me one thing. That you'll show them how freeborn fight.
Gladly.
Well, if it was numbers you were lacking, you certainly won't be now.
Thanks to you.
Me? Oh, I just love the sound of my own voice.
Lord Rossfield, my lady, we're ready.
So what's the plan of action?
We'll divide our forces into several small detachments, each made up of guardians, bearers, and guards from the rest. These will position themselves at strategic points around the village. Upon engaging with the Akashic, each detachment will keep the creatures occupied as best they can, steadily retreating all the while.
You're going to lure them into the village?
I am. We will have neither the time nor the resources to treat the wounded, so injuries must be avoided at all costs. Instead, we will focus purely on defense at first. By coordinating our withdrawal through the use of messengers drawn from among the bearers, we will aim to have the swarm converge at a point of our choosing. With luck, that point will be the village square, the perfect place for our most able warriors to surround them and fall upon them, and for you and I to finish them off.
A sound plan. but one that'll require a leader with a cool head and strong nerves to coordinate the retreat. I'd say you have both in abundance, Sir Wade, but you'll be needed. Please, leave the last of the fighting to me.
Ha! And let you have all the glory?
Sir Wade! They're here!
Then you know what you must do. We work together, everyone playing their part, each shielding the other that no man might fall, that Eastpool might live on. For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
We've no time to argue, my lord. I'll do as you ask.
And I will do as you ask.
Suppose we'd better do our bit too then, eh?
Right you are, Martha.
The calm before the storm. And here it comes. Not let this village fall. It's over. Looks like that's the last of them.
Lord Rossfield! Change of plan!
What is it?
Owl from the rest. An Akashic Curl's been sighted on Rhiannon's ride and is headed in their direction.
Well, the better half of her guard is here. So wait, how many Akashic remain in Eastpool?
Hard to say. My men are still facing some resistance, but I think the worst is behind us. I could order a detachment or two to fall back and...
No. Let them finish the job. You stay here too, Sir Wade. Your men need you. I'll go after the Curl. Join me only when Eastpool is won.
If you're sure, my lord. May the Founder protect you.
Next one's mine. I might...
deserve a rest. All right. There it is. With me, Torgal. It's over. All right. Back to Eastpool.
Lord Rossfield, the Curl, is it?
It's dead.
Thank the Founder for that. And for you, my lord. We were able to eradicate the rest of the Horde. I have guardians posted around the village to keep watch for further attacks, but all seems quiet for now. I hesitate to say it, but I think it might be over.
I think it might.
We did it. We saved Eastpool. Thank you, my friends. Thank you.
No, Sir Wade. It's us who should be thanking you. You brought us together. Showed us what it means to fight for what you hold dear.
We never had nothing to call our own before. We didn't know what it meant to protect it, but now we do. We really do.
Forgive us, Sir Wade. You and your people saved us, and still we doubted you. But there's no doubt in my mind anymore. We're free men now, so we have to start acting like it. We have to fight to protect what's ours, to protect Eastpool.
And we shall. We all shall. Together. This is our home. And if anyone or anything tries to take it away,
they'll have us to answer to.
Come on then. Let's get to work.
This village isn't going to rebuild itself.
They're not slaves anymore.
No. They're Rosarians. Your father took pity on the bearer's plight, and I believe if he was still with us today, this is what he would have wanted.
I believe you might be right.
I shall remain here, my lord, and do what I can to help rebuild the village. After all, this is my home now too. And I could hardly call myself an Eastpoolian if I didn't pull my weight.
I think you'll find it's East Pudlian, Sir Wade. But you should be proud all the same. I'll have to pull my weight too. Can't have the rest getting outclassed. Speaking of which, I ought to be getting back.
Can we continue to count on your support, Martha?
Of course, and I'll be counting on yours too. Us Rosarians have got to stick together, haven't we?
Indeed we have.
And Clive, come by the Golden Stables when you get the chance. I ain't paid you for delivering them seeds yet.
All right. I will.
Lord Rossfield, do you remember our very first mission together? Clearing the goblins from the Stillwind marshes?
How could I forget?
There's one sight that I shall never forget. You, facing off against that giant Morble. Not a trace of fear on your face. Since that day, there have been more than a few times when I felt like giving up. When the odds seemed so stacked in the enemy's favor, I thought I may as well just lay down my sword and surrender. But every time, I would think back to the look in your eyes that day and remember what it means to be a shield. Know that whatever trials Eastpool may face, I shall never lose courage. Thanks to you.
So Wade, you have always been a true shield. I know that Eastpool, and indeed all of Rosaria, will be safe in your hands.
Thank you, my lord. I know the rest of the world will be safe in yours.
I'll do my best.
The hero returns. It's lucky you came by when you did, eh? Not only did my seeds get delivered, but you went and saved Eastpool and all.
I just did what I could.
And it's only right that you get rewarded for it. Take it before I change my mind.
Thank you, Martha.
So, Eastpool's finally back on its feet again. And a home to free bearers. Who'd have thought we'd see the day, eh?
Well, it was your idea.
I know that, though I suppose the rest ain't much different. You know, bearers living free like that reminds me of when I first met Sid. Loath as I am to recall that particular day.
I take it you didn't always see eye to eye. What happened?
Well, if you really want to know, I started doing what I do long before I met Sid. In fact, that's how. He showed up at the stables one day. That founder knows what he thought I was doing with them. Running a hunt, poking around in their innards. Something awful anyway. Me, I thought he was a new constable. Thought the game was up. But somehow we both managed to work out what each other was about. And before I told me I was giving them relief, but not freedom. That my bearers were still dying as slaves. Right and... And do you know what he did? He smiled. And then he laughed. And then I did the same.
And you were?
Well, we both wanted just like your dad. Do you know I was born right around the time Elwyn became Archduke? Growing up, he certainly didn't lack for ambition, that one.
Indeed. But the loftier one's ambitions, which is why those of us who follow in their
Suppose you're right, aye. And if good thing we've got a few half-decent sorts waiting in the wings, eh? It's almost enough to give you a little bit of hope.
Just a little.
Anyway, better get back to work. The least the folks...
That sounds... Let's go. Yeah! Good. How did Doris come to know a slaver, I wonder?
We've waited long enough. She's not coming.
Back to civilization, is it, Mom?
With all haste. I presume your men are ready. We've suffered too many delays as it is.
Yes, Mom.
Oh, but before you go, it appears we have company. Kill him.
You're welcome to try. So much for your escort.
You'll forgive me for not avenging my men. I'm not the swordswoman I used to be. I surrender. Do with me as you wish, Sid the Outlaw.
Sid!
Ah, Doris. I take it you're not here to rescue me from our brooding renegade? You know, I always wondered where you'd vanished to. But casting your lot with this criminal of all people...
Better fighting for a cause than killing for coin. I'm sorry, Sid. I should have told you sooner. This woman, my former master, once trained bearer children to be weapons in service of the highest bidder. She raised me like a daughter. And I did terrible things to earn her favor.
It wasn't all terrible. Surely. You were always... But you proved yourself... How about it?
I never swore my blade to you. To liberate the bearers of this world. Farewell, master.
You always were a righteous child. Perhaps that's the reason I loved you so.
What do you want to do with her?
I am not the killer she wanted me to be. Not anymore. And she no longer has friends in high places. The Dame does, though. Her connections at the Imperial Court will see that justice is done.
All right. If you're certain.
I am. And thank you.
And I should head back to the hideaway and put...
Welcome back, Sid. Doris's message just arrived.
With any luck, they'll be joined. Oh, and your letter.
I'd been hoping as much. She mentioned one or two things in her report. So the slaver we'd been chasing all these months was her former master. She's been arrested, by the way. But she won't be getting off lightly. The imp can't have been easy for Doris.
I'm sure.
I hope so. You had quite... Anyway, keep...
Good girl.
Yeah!
Damn it. The whole village has turned. Time to fight. Come on. I'll need to deal with these ones first. Nice try. Echo. This is it. Right then. Just two more to find.
Take that, you naughty...
Clive! I just wanted to... since all is... and... Char?
You weren't there, guys.
But... Speaking of men, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon. May there indeed. I'm afraid the example... And they... might have elected to take... They have... And they... broke a long life back. How could I... Oh...
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor? That's easy. One of them's...
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition.
Master. Mandrake, saffron, and sage.
If there's one thing we've learned over the past few years...
When the Fang fella took my livelihood with it.
We need someone who can bring the whole town.
Anything I can interest you in? My thanks.
Mustard and mandrake.
Fresh silks from the
Everything's back the way it was.
Ready, go? Faster!
Back to the stables, girl. Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnis by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits.
Then you... But we...
All right.
There's one upright.
Leave it...
Those ne'er-do-wells want to band together. Let them. There'll be no match for us.
Come on. That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him! The one who killed Locke and Fingers! Take his head off!
You're finished!
I'd better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but...
No.
What is it?
The whole they're saying that...
What?
Seems that one of our party, some of the... And if I don't know where we go.
You're... And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Once people make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind.
You're right.
I'm glad you agree. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie They know that Lord...
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try. And that is all I can ask of you.
Why are you taking the bearers?
Why do they always have to make such a...
He knew all along that he...
Forgive me for disturbing you.
As have I, Lord Underhill. What? The rumors?
He'll never be mayor now.
But what of his wares? In this, at least, he's done the...
Leniency!
So what do you propose?
Perhaps. And they will thank you.
The townsfolk have made their minds up.
Nor I.
You never know.
All right.
Why the hell would Victor take the bearer's side?
I assume the situation is hopeless? There's still hope. But... perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that
Don't go, we'll be all alone.
Trust me, little ones, it is for...
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to...
They would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to... I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor? Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. But where are my manners? Here. A reward for clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do. If there's anything I can do. Anything. I'll bear it in mind. Thank you. Come on.
Yeah!
Two down, one to go. So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
Would you like to see my wares? Go safely now.
Clive!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north still. Told old Snotty to be ready. Enough for the villagers to...
Well done.
Welcome. I'd never have guessed, you know. Who'd have thought that this keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did you?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what?
One of the scouts couldn't keep, unlike my best mate, Zoldan. Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology?
Don't listen to him.
But that... Vulcan. Out bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left and
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost...
Fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have... Short enough on time as it is. Still... You,
We can't afford to wait.
Right you are. Don't want any night. Oh, and...
Akashic on them.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. They're washed.
Good idea.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's say, once the scouts... No heroic last stand.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill
You evacuate. They won't. Take good...
Leave it to me. And
All right. Which one of you's first? It's over. Is that it? Apparently not. Getting past me. No, the question is... Did I miss any?
Man alive! You still...
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time?
Sid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravost won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but with ether floods springing up, we'll fortify the gates to the north. And I'll see...
All right.
As for you, Black, that's twice, so... I will... You... alive, perhaps. No. It's not about the craft. I've... That's it. But that... just...
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
And this is?
A token, but designs for certain...
Now, hold on, Zolt. There's a reason no one's made that blade. I'll admit, but and they're not just...
Have you I knew it between...
Clive.
As long as...
Right.
Lord Rosfield, is there or...
Perhaps. My brother said, have you learned anything of no...
Little and less, I
see.
Be assured, even now, if...
All right.
They will be... Might I...
A village built around an airship. Sounds like another lost wing. I hope the inhabitants are just as friendly.
What's happened? Guards at the gate were right on.
That is...
Yeah.
What is...
No,
All right.
Don't blame yourself, El. I know.
So...
The talks with the Republic have reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium. Though prices have fallen, but the Consortium...
You had no opportunity to make a counteroffer.
None at all.
El? What's happened? I saw...
And with good reason.
But I thought we... How did...
It's this... You... Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she... From me.
Yeah.
You're... So I'll... You...
All right. To Randalar, then. I'd better not keep Eloise waiting.
Who needs a porter when there's no...
What I wouldn't give for a home.
Looks like this is the end.
When are they gonna let us through?
Easy. I hope I didn't keep you waiting.
You wished...
I did. We had all...
My...
Hold on, Theo. I'm coming. Let's go. journey to ride from here.
What's the situation?
Where's Theodore?
Upriver! He led the dragon. We just have to...
I can do that. Come on. Where are you, Theo? Damn it. The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned. I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. There's a good boy. alive? Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here. I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream. Theodore! Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you! Elle. Theodore. Take care of my sister. Theodore, wait. Goodbye, Elle.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. Leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people. To put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own. So that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at... He was never a burden. How could, if anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't telling that he had always been, and that he wanted to. Neither you nor you did, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to... I know Theo wanted me to move on. We can make a difference here. I need nothing more, so I'll bringing smiles to people's faces and to Theo's. This is the life I have chosen.
I've made a choice of what to continue.
Thank you.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia. Time to fight. Easy. Let's go. Faster. No mistakes. Nice try. Ready, girl? Run like the wind. Be safe. Oh no. You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors. Get off. Farewell.
Here, take a look at my wares. Anything else? Of course. Go safely.
That's better. Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader. To me, boy! Should have stayed in the past. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, thanks to them, and to you.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins. A duty of the highest import, as I'm sure you will agree.
And you think your dead brothers would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all Undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey... I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
Ah, you are returned, my lord.
Here. Take...
My thanks. I shall
Were these your orders?
No. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix.
Even when death is...
My lord, the Undying have served the Phoenix. We live to serve the Phoenix.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him. Please. For all our sakes.
I thank you for your advice, my lord. If you will permit me to respond, our faith in his grace, Joshua Rossfield, is absolute. And we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him. As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind. And it is my hope that we may continue to do our duty together.
Ready, go? Nice try.
Blizzard!
That's all of them. Wine cannot.
Come back.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of papio nuts and all.
Ah, the man. We were just. It's funny. You remember Camille? The steel and that. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is then.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
Thank you.
So?
Your team, but we're up.
A list of material.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from...
We reckon with...
That's a weapon I'd like to see.
I was hoping you'd...
One legend...
Good idea. No more...
help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts? Here you are. Best of luck out there, Sid.
How was she? The Enterprise.
Ah,
Good.
all fit. The telebomb!
She's a...
How about that? And I reckon I know how. It's a metal, see?
Stretchy metal.
Ah. So?
Thank you.
Shh. And I wanted... Can't maybe one... Oh.
How do you split the sea?
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of pep. Clive. Going purse weighing you down? You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
I never fought me and if it hadn't been for you, we would... What do you want?